Awkward Conversations. Whether it's your first time or you've been with us for, a couple episodes now?
Yeah, I think it's 2.
I mean, do we count? With the one with Moseley, it's a special episode.
Yeah, I wasn't even in that one, so it really doesn't count.
Yeah, so whether you've been with us for a few episodes, we'll call it a few, or this is your first one, tonight we're going to connect the story. James, of course, I'm Ben, one of the hosts.
You are, and I'm James, the other host.
The other host, your new
Yes.
nickname. So for those of you that have come here that are connected with my friend circle from the past before I moved to Memphis or that followed Ethan's story, James had an aneurysm and has suffered from memory loss. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I didn't figure you would.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump into that tonight. We're going to talk about some of the things that he remembers, some of the things that he may not. And this will be to complete the story on James and where he's at now so you can follow this transformation with us. So moving forward, James, we're going to have some exciting guests and the podcast will take off in the direction that we intended. But for now, we're just setting the stage. So we're excited to have everybody.
I'm excited to be here, Ben.
Awesome. Well, you ready to dive in?
Whenever you are.
Okay. The best thing could have possibly happened just now is people get to see your reality, because this is what
It
happens.
just sucks.
You don't know what I'm about to ask you.
I have zero clue. Honestly, I don't even know why we're here.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with the most basic. I have struggled with putting this together because I'm thinking, how do you ask your friend, do you know where we are? And one, not being like offensive, and two, trying to explain it so people on the outside can understand our relationship, because we like pick on each other
All the time.
all the time.
It doesn't bother me at all.
I know, but I want to be thoughtful. And the other thing about it is, how do I know if you can remember what you don't even know if you can remember? So we're going to start the most baseline. Do you know where you're at right now?
Yes.
Whose house are you at?
We're at Ben's house, my best friend.
Let's go. All right. You're, what are we doing?
We're doing a podcast
We're doing a podcast, and
called Awkward Conversations.
that's good. Do you remember the last episode that we shot?
Me and you together?
Yes.
No.
I'll give you a hint. There's a record right here in the middle.
Oh, with Ken's.
Very good. So that was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And so just to put it in perspective, it's been 2 weeks since our last episode.
Okay.
So we're going to try to keep these coming every 10 days or so. But, you and I, we have families,
We're
jobs.
busy. We're busy.
Yeah. And
I don't have jobs.
And we don't make, that's right. I
Yeah.
forgot.
I don't have a job.
That's right. Some of us have jobs.
Okay.
Okay. So, all right. So let's go back a little further. What did you have for breakfast or lunch today?
You know the answers?
I don't know.
Oh. For breakfast, I went somewhere with my parents.
That's good. That's good. That
Oh, it
you
was
know
good. I can't remember the breakfast place.
that. All
though.
right. Do you remember what time you got up today? Roughly.
8:30-ish?
This is good because normally you don't remember this stuff. So we're getting.
This could be a dream right now.
So, here we go. Did you take a shower this morning?
Oh, yeah. I smell fresh.
You do smell good. So
Yeah.
I can confirm that one.
Yeah.
All right. And then the last one, what did you do? What's the first thing you remember doing today?
Probably hanging out with my parents.
Okay, perfect. So we have a baseline, and we're not going to do this for 30 minutes. This is just going to be the first 5 minutes, and we're going to talk about some other things. But one of the things that I get asked the most, and I don't know if you know this, but there are so many people that you touch the lives of, and you don't even realize that, I think, sometimes. But they'll say, well, what does he remember? And I'll say, it's weird. Sometimes he can't remember the Pop-Tart he had 5 minutes ago, but he remembers a conversation that we had 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And trying to explain that to someone without a baseline is hard. So I thought, why not dive into this? Why not give people a baseline so they can, like, when they come up to you, they know it's okay to say, hey, James, I don't know if you remember me, but I'm Steve,
Yeah.
And so, I mean,
Do we know a Steve?
we probably do.
I don't feel like I know a Steve.
I don't feel like there's any like Steve that jumps out.
Do you know a Steve? By the way, we have Brandon off camera and
Let's
James.
go. Brandon Contreras. All right. And then we're going to do a shout out to James.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to James, our sound engineer.
That's right. So let's go further down the rabbit hole here. Can you remember what you did? Now, this one's where it's going to start push your memory a little bit. Do you remember what you did last weekend?
I have zero clue.
We didn't do a podcast, so we must have been doing something.
I don't
That's
even have
okay.
my notebook.
That's okay. No,
Do
don't.
you know what I did?
Yeah, you hung out with me.
Oh,
So
I feel like I hang out with you every weekend.
You do. You hang out with me every weekend,
And I love that.
You even hung out with me this week during the week. Some I came over to your house.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh,
Do you remember the last time you saw me? I just gave it away. I came over to your house on Wednesday.
Wednesday
That's right.
to set up the TV.
That's right. Okay, so let
Is
me
that right?
see. Yes. Do you remember what you did for your last birthday? So now we're really pushing the threshold. Can I tell you something funny? I didn't remember, and I'm like, I know we celebrated James' birthday. And Courtney looks at me and she's like, "You don't remember either?" I was like, "No, I think it's contagious." Like,
Were we over here?
So we were at your house, and Riley made you a cake with a beard on it.
That's right.
I remembered it when she said that.
Yeah.
So I don't fault you. So now we're getting into the land of, like, it's totally normal if you don't remember these things.
Okay.
So I'm very pleased, because if I would have asked you a month ago, do you know where we are? We would have had to start this podcast maybe 2 months ago. And we would start out with, "Hey, James," and tell me if you remember this. I would say, "Hey, James, we're at my house. We're about to do X, Y, or Z," and then you'd be like, "Thank you." And then we would start doing whatever we're doing. Well, I've noticed that we don't have to do that anymore. So that's pretty huge.
Yeah.
Like the fact that we're here, The other part that throws things off is sometimes you would throw me off and say things like, "Yeah, we're at Brandon's house." Well, I don't know if you're joking or if you're serious.
Yeah.
So anyway. All right. So let's talk about, let's throw a couple of them out there that are going to kind of test your long-term memory. Give me the name of 3 family members. Can be anybody from your parents to your kids to anybody.
Sharon, Alan, Andrew.
Perfect. So we know now if somebody says, "Does he remember people that are," we know family members are in there. How about give me the name of a friend can you remember a name of a friend from high school or college?
Adam Fisher.
Adam. Yeah, you've talked about Adam before. You like Adam a lot.
I do.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so that's good. So we've got that checked off the list. How about tell me one job that you did before the aneurysm?
Student pastor.
That's the first time you've remembered that. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
So normally, I've got Brandon in the corner over here, but I guarantee you Brandon's heard this before. You've looked at me at church multiple times and said, "Did I used to work here?"
Yeah, I remember that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why I want people to experience this journey with you. I think so many times people look at a miracle and they expect Old Testament, like Moses staff up in the air, Aaron holding him up, like, and your miracle's not done.
Sorry.
Take your time. Take your time. What about that was hard?
It just sucks. Like with my memory, like I want to remember that I was a student pastor, and like I see students, I'm like, man, I know them from something, and then but I can't find it in my head.
James, the best thing could have possibly happened just now is people get to see your reality, because this is what
It
happens.
just sucks.
Well, but look at me. I want to encourage you. Let me see your hand. This is where you didn't remember stuff. You didn't remember not remembering a couple months ago. And by the way, you're squeezing a little hard. You didn't remember not remembering a couple months ago. You do remember. And the progress from where you were 2 months ago to where you are now, it's not the same. Like, you've already got people reaching out that are trying to reconnect with you. So all right, here we go. Let me know. You ready for this? We're about to go the other direction. I'm scrapping the questions because I feel like we got where we want to go. Let's talk for a minute.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
No, are you kidding me?
No.
Don't be sorry. Do you know what I like about you more than anything? flat out truth. You're real. It was the reason I was comfortable with you. It was the reason that I sat in the shadows for 4 to 6 months after I saw you preaching. And I'm like, this guy's got to be fake. Nobody's this real. It's the reason why.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's the reason why I believe now. You know, I remember a story. I remember a moment where I was sitting with you on my back porch. And I looked over at you and I said, James, I'm really trying. Do you know what I'm about to say? I know I ask you this a lot because I don't want to take away from your moment. I said, I'm really trying, man. I'm trying to be a Christian.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about? This
Yeah.
is before your aneurysm. And I said, man, I'm trying so hard. And what did you say to me?
The problem is you're trying.
And then you said, have you ever seen an
apple tree try to make apples?
You would not have remembered this a month ago. You're going to come back and watch these videos, and it's going to blow your mind how much you've grown. You said, this is exactly how you said it. Can you do the mannerisms?
You don't see an apple tree trying to make apples. They're not going, I'm trying to make an apple.
That's exactly what happened. And I literally, like, again, sitting on my porch, I'm like, it's like a Saturday night. I'm not expecting God's going to come knock on my door through some bearded dude who, like, speaks to youth group of all people. And here we are. And so let's talk about this. What are some things that you would like to be able to accomplish? Let's set some goals, even if we take one of them away from this. So let's set a goal tonight, because I don't think a lot of people know that you had to learn to walk again. You had to learn to swim again. You had to learn to think again. You didn't have to learn God again, which
is a blessing.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
What are some things that you miss doing that you would love to be able to do? What about physically, like frisbee or ultimate stuff?
Yeah,
like
I would
that?
love to be able to get out there and play ultimate again. Like seeing my son playing and him coming back from playing. I struggle with running, which obviously you can tell. I struggle with the athletic part. My coordination is completely off. So being able to do that, but when like Moseley will get out there throwing a frisbee with Oliver, and I'll walk out there, and then I just get embarrassed because I have trouble catching and throwing again. So getting over my own pride is a big thing, because that's probably, now that I said that out loud, that's probably one of the big things that I struggle with is pride. I get embarrassed in front of my son, which sucks.
But so, hey, dude, look, I'm gonna bring you in on this, okay?
Okay.
A little secret that pretty much all men out there know. Our pride gets in the way of everything. Do you know when I go watch my son play golf, he's like shooting 5 over par, and I shoot like 100, and I'm shooting like 28 over par, and he's 13, and I got him by a couple inches still. You know, when you get around people that are like other dudes, and they got all these guns and they have special names for them, and they got their fancy boots. You know, I sometimes feel like, man, guess I'm not really a man. You know, that's something we all struggle with. So the tears, don't be ashamed of that. I have those. There's days this week where I'm like, am I a man enough? You know, and that's one of the things, again, that I liked about you and I still love about you is you're very, very real. So these emotions, you don't hide from people. And I think coping with them is a little different for you now because you're having to learn how to cope with them. But here's the beauty of this. You're gonna be throwing a frisbee and doing all those things. I believe it. I've seen the growth. So we're gonna start following that. That's gonna be one goal for the next 365 days. Let's make a pact that you're gonna be able to go play ultimate frisbee within 1 year today.
Okay.
Let's do it. Brandon, can we sign you up? All right. Brandon gives the thumbs
Brandon
up.
gave a thumbs up.
James, you gonna help with that goal? All right. So you got 3 people that are gonna hold you accountable. I'll even get up for
Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah, I'll even get up for the 7 a.m. trip.
Love you guys.
What about me?
Wait, 7 a.m.?
They play at 7 a.m. Yeah.
Never mind.
All right. So that's one goal. Let's talk about another goal here. would you ever want to speak in front of a group again of kids, or
I'd love to.
Would you?
I really would.
Would you want to do it on video, or would you want to do it in person, or both, or what would be best?
Probably in person.
I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we need to set that for another stage. Well, all these things are things that I think are good that we discuss, because I would love to help you with your goals. I know all of our friend circle, like, we all love you. Like,
Oh, I know.
And I want to be like super clear. You're not a project. Like, we've had conversations like this before. You've asked me before my burden, not even 1%. If you were a burden, I wouldn't want to hang out with you all the time. Like, you're fun, but you're lovable. Like, there's just so much that I want people to see that I get to see. And I think a lot of times, because you don't want to put people in an awkward spot, you just kind of like hang back, and we hang out together, you know? So, all right. I do want to ask you, because I've asked you this one, but I didn't set you up for this. So if you don't remember, it's okay. Do you remember how Christ came into your life?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you the drama in that moment as you waited and looked down. I was like, please, Lord, can you... you had me for a minute. Okay. Tell me about how Christ came into your life.
Yeah. So, I made a profession of faith when I was younger. And it was more just a for show thing. Kids were going up and being able to talk to the pastor. And I was like, I mean, that seems pretty legit. It was at a VBS. So I was like, I'm going to go up there. I don't want to be left behind. So I went up there and talked to the pastor and just said the right answers to the right questions. And then later on, after VBS, my mom picked me up, and on the way home, she asked, how was VBS? And I told her that I became a Christian. And she got all excited, and I was like, this is great. And I don't necessarily remember cell phones being a thing. So when we got home, she called my dad, who was at work. Shout out to my mom and pops, and told him. And when my dad got home, it was like really built up and exciting. So I was like, this is great.
So you're roughly how old? Just guess.
8 or 9.
Okay, so that helps.
Yeah.
Did you have a beard?
One would think, but no, I didn't get a beard till I was 12.
Okay, got it.
And so Dad got home, and I vividly remember sitting on my bed and us talking, and me still just answering the questions because my mom and dad are so pumped. And so I answered all the questions, and then later on got baptized. And man, I was like, I'm a Christian. But then as the years rolled by, I tried to do all the right things, like read the Bible when I was supposed to read the Bible, and kept going to church because that was what our household did. Anytime the doors were open, we were at the church. And it wasn't until I went away to college, I think it was my 3rd year in college. By this point, I was drinking, smoking pot all the time. I had this was, well, I don't remember what day of the week it was, but I had a really bad trip on the marijuana I was smoking and thought I was dying. I called my parents and told them that I'd been on drugs and drinking and that I felt like I was dying. And so this was, I don't know, 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I woke my mom up, and she's in a pure panic and hitting my dad saying, wake up, something's wrong with me. And of course they live 3 hours away from where I am. So luckily my aunt and uncle lived like 30 minutes from where I lived. And so my dad called them, asked them to come sit with me, and to call the cops. And so they did. And next thing I know, and I don't know this is happening. And so, 10 minutes,
are just showing
10
up.
minutes later, the cops are showing up, and I'm still on the phone. And he takes the phone from me and then tells my mom, don't worry, we're going to sit with him. And then, I don't know, 30 minutes later, my aunt and uncle walk in. So like I'm in full.
It's a family reunion at 2 a.m. at your house, and you're tripping.
And I'm tripping, and cops walking in, my aunt and uncle are walking in, and I'm just getting worked. And so, they sat with me for 3 hours until my mom and dad got there. And they packed up all my stuff, and my roommates are gone. I don't remember where they are. They packed up all my stuff, and we left a note for my roommates telling them that I'm moving back home, and I moved back home that day.
Wow.
Done. But it took me, I went to church, I went and I met with the pastor and all that stuff. But it still took me, I don't know, 2 or 3 months to click. Cause I was like, I know I prayed this prayer. Like I'm just falling away. And so every pastor I talked to was like, we just got to get you back into the word, got to get you back to doing. It was doing. And it wasn't until, I was volunteering for anything and everything. So I volunteered to go to a student camp and for junior high students. And so I went, and a guy named Tony Nolan was preaching. And, camp goes Monday through Friday. And so Thursday night, he preached on 2 Corinthians 5:17 and shared his testimony. And for if you're listening and don't know, it says, therefore, if anyone's in Christ, he is a new creation. Old things have passed away, behold, new things have come. And at that moment, I was like, I never had new.
Wow.
And he didn't have to preach anymore. I was ready then to get saved.
Man, I hate interrupting this. Do you realize what just happened?
No.
You just recited scripture, and you can't tell me sometimes what you had for breakfast in the morning. For anyone that's sitting on the fence, if God exists, I can't imagine not at least being interested in hearing more about your story. Because again, I've sat front row and watched, okay? And before this aneurysm happened, I was there front row seeing God work in you. And to see that you still have that, I hope that you're encouraged. Keep going, man. I don't want to miss that moment. I hate that I stopped it, but I hope when you go back and look at this that you see how God's still working in you. So Tony Nolan. Not Tony Nolan. I almost said Tony Robbins. That's the other guy.
I don't know Tony Robbins.
Yeah, he's a motivational speaker. Oh. Okay, Tony Nolan gives his testimony.
Gives his testimony and starts it by sharing 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, in Christ, you're new creation. Old things have passed away. Behold, new things have come. And at that moment, I mean, he could have stopped right there and gave an invitation. I was already in the back crying, going, I've never had new in my life. Everything's always been old, or just kind of like, you have an old wagon and you throw a coat of paint on it. It doesn't make it new. It's still the same old wagon, just with a different look. And that was me. Like, I was doing different things in my life to just give it paint. Yeah. But there was never any new. I was still the old beat up James. And that night's the night that I prayed to receive Christ. And ever since then, things aren't perfect. I still have struggles. I still have problems, but I am a born again Christian. That's when everything changed.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that night.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, that night, I was brand new. Wow. And I've had my struggles. I haven't had my God time every single day, but I have a relationship with Christ.
And there was another part of the story you tell.
I was baptized 2 other times, and that was just me getting a free bath. It wasn't.
And I think when we look at it, we go, well, I got baptized. Everything's great. I should go, I shouldn't fall away. You start reading these verses for me about falling away from Christ. And you're like, oh, well, I fall away from Christ is better than I didn't know him. Have you read that verse before?
Say that again.
It says better to not know me than to depart away from me. And it's, I'll have to look that one up. I wish I could quote scripture like you do. Blows me away.
I know the one verse.
Yeah.
So it's not like I know a whole lot.
Oh, man. Well, that verse always scared me because I thought, you know what? It would have been better if I never knew him, because I've fallen away.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So, all right. Well, man, this is awesome. I, again, get to see this side of you. I get to see the good, the bad, and there isn't much bad because.
Oh, no, there's still plenty of bad.
Well, let's talk about these goals. So we're going to talk about Frisbee. We're going to try to get Ultimate in, where you're going to cut out ice cream.
Whoa. No. There was never any mention of cutting out ice cream.
Sorry, maybe that was Melee that mentioned that.
Yeah, I guarantee it's probably Melee the one that put these books in here. The abs diet? Really, Melee?
So we've got these goals. We are going to make sure we help you pursue Ultimate Frisbee. We're going to also help you in your journey to hopefully speak in front of a group of kids at some point again. I know that's intimidating right now.
A little bit. It's just the memory part.
Yeah.
And I don't want to bring people around me down.
Yeah.
I don't want to ever be a burden or hey, what's James doing? Let's go find James. We left him alone too long.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I haven't had to go looking for you in almost 6 months. I used to, if I would leave you for 10 seconds, I used to hold you by the arm.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure people thought we were together, at church, especially when
when I rubbed your leg.
I know. But I would hold your arm because I would blink for 2 seconds.
I'd wander off and
Dude,
go.
I found you in the parking lot. One time I found you with a chocolate cake standing in the parking lot at church. Did you know that?
No, what was the cake
It
from?
was a Thanksgiving ceremony at church or something like that. And you walked over to get dessert and some like pink lemonade, Kool-Aid lemonade. And I see you go over there, and then somebody talks to me, and I'll look back and you're gone. And it's like clear on the other side of church. So I go running over. I go out the door.
It doesn't look like I'm quick, but I'm quicker than you think.
Oh, dude, you were fat. You like the old dudes at the nursing home, they scoot away with something they're not supposed to have. That was you.
That was me. 100%.
That was definitely you. So I look, and you're out in the parking lot with a cake. And I ran out there, and you said, and you got mad at me. That's the only time I ever remember you get mad at me, but it was funny. You go, you're looking for me, aren't you? And I go, no, I just come out to my car. And you're like, stop lying.
Yeah.
Mainly had you following me. But I got you back in begrudgingly. I got you back in with your cake. And I lured you in with the false pretense, under false pretenses, telling you there was ice cream. Probably. I got you back in. And anyway, the good news is, James, like, let's put a bow on this, okay? We're about to start doing a bunch of podcasts with people that we respect and love, that have stories, testimonies. But I think the last piece, a lot of people had questions, like, hey, can James remember questions to do for this podcast? How does that work? And I answered that so many times that I thought, we should probably put another episode in there. And so that's why we're doing tonight. So James, do you want people to watch your podcast?
Well, yeah. I love you, Ben.
I love you too, James. So look at that camera and do your thing.
All right. Thank you so much for watching our podcast. We just need 2 quick favors from you. Number 1, if you enjoy this, hit the like button. Number 2, if you have any questions for us, comment below, and we would love to answer them.
So, James, do you read the comments?
I will.
All right. Well, I'll remind you.
Yeah, remind me, please.
I will. And just to kind of wrap this up, we're doing some videos, and you have started recording them, Finding Jesus.
Yes.
And we're going to start posting those. And so put your guess in on how many Jesuses,
plural, yes,
that you think James is going to find. Thank you guys for joining us again for another episode of Awkward Conversations. I know James appreciates it, and I do too.
Love it so much. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we're grateful to be able to share this journey with you. If you are in the Memphis area and you're looking for a home, a church home, come see us at the Orchard.
Would love for y'all to come visit the Orchard.
I have no doubt that you will give anyone a hug that comes up and says hi.
I really will. I'll hug anybody.
Yeah, you will.
I really will, anytime.
If you're in the Memphis area, please come visit us at the Orchard Church. We'd love to have you. We'd love to help you get to meet people. And if you just want to give us a hug and say hi, go for it. But anyway, thank you again for joining us on Awkward Conversations. We got more to come. So we're out.
Yep. Love you guys. Thank you.